So 4.1 part B, it says which of the two answers in part A is most accurate and explain why. We know that the limit as n approaches infinity of r sub n is the area, or is the total distance traveled. Well, then r sub 4 is more accurate because is closer to infinity than 2. So because n is approaching infinity, because the limit as n approaches infinity of the upper Riemann sum, or the upper estimate, is the area, R4 has to be more accurate because 4 is closer to infinity when referring to 2. And visually, what this is saying is as n, say this is our n, as n goes towards infinity, we become more accurate with the area estimate. And so when you have a 2 and then a 4, the one closest to infinity is the more accurate estimate. For part C, it says find a lower estimate for the distance traveled using n equals 4. Well, the lower sum formula is just a little different. Not too bad. We still start from I equals 1 and we go to n, but the difference is instead of plugging in the original I point in the function, we plug in the previous I point. And I'll show you what this means. So L sub 4, well, that's equal to the sum from I equals 0 to 4 of f of, well, instead of f, I'm going to write what we're given, our velocity. So the velocity at time t sub I minus 1 times delta t. So this is the general formula, such as up here as well. And this is the application. So I'm applying it using this table up above. Well, delta t is equal to 12 minus 0 over 4, which is 3 again. And so let's try plugging in points. We know the first point, when I plug in 1 into this function, when I plug in 1, I get t sub 0, where the 0th point is this output. So I would have a 33 times a 3, and then I would add it to, now I need the first point, which is this 3 right here. So 35 times 3. And this 3 is coming from our delta t. I'm repeating this formula. So I took the 0th velocity output, and then I multiplied it by the change, and then now I took the first output, multiplied it by the change. Now I need the second output, which is this 39 times the change, and then I'm going to stop at the third output, so this is the last output. So it'd be 43 times 3. And I would get 33 plus 35. That's 68. So it'd be 68 plus, and then I'm going to do 39 plus 43. Well, 9 plus 3, that's a 12. And then 7 plus 1 is 8, so 82. So I would get 3 times 8 and 2 is 10. 6 and 8, that's 14. Plus a 1, so 15. And so the final answer would be 3 times 150, or 450.